Hey, Shalom, Israel. First off, you just want to say, call halal, Yahweh,
Hashem, Yahweh.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to you sincere Akim that's pushing and fighting for Yahweh Shah, and for you few, sisters that watch us and believe, Shalom to y'all as well. We just, the brother, the younger brother in the camp, he was in the spirit, he just wanted to go into an account in Luke the 24th chapter where Yahweh Shah the Savior opened the understanding of his disciples, to activate them higher in the spirit. So we're just going to touch on this topic. It seems relevant. It's coming up a lot lately, just because you got guys that talk about the spirit or the Holy Ghost is the law. So we just going to go another extension on the olive branch of this subject to hopefully edify. So we'll just get straight to it.
This is Luke chapter 24, verse 44. And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you, while I was yet with you, that all these things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses, and in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me.
That's right, because all the things that was written in the prophets and the Psalms, it was all concerning him. That's why it says in Psalms the 40th chapter, Lo, I come in the volume of the book, it is written of me. You know what I'm saying? So the disciples, they understood that, the fact that, as far as the law, just in the laws and the commandments, brother, in of themselves, but Yahweh Shah upgraded them to understand that he was the perfect fulfillment of all those things. Because the old Mosaic law was done away with, right? But it was a new covenant established. So the disciples got that understanding of why Yahweh Shah had to suffer. He was constantly reminding them, like, hey, it's going to be my time where I'm not going to be with y'all. And they got the understanding on a deeper level of why, ultimately. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 45. Then opened he their understanding that they might understand the scriptures.
Then opened he their understanding that they might understand the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Because the scripture says in Proverbs, the 4th chapter, wisdom is the principal thing. So get wisdom. Learning who you are, learning the law, statutes, and commandments. That's wisdom. But it says, with all I get understanding. So that's when the spiritual nature comes into effect. That's when Yahweh Shah has to be resting and supping with your spirit to get the understanding of it, how to apply instruction, how to judge ultimately, how to discern, And at this time, because like I'm going into, Yahweh Shah knew that he was going to be crucified, and the ministry had to be pushed still. The church was going to still have to go. So he was basically setting them up to guide the church, to bring, the elect into the fold. And the same thing here today. That same comforter that was left behind, Yahweh Shah, that's what's opening brothers to have the understanding to go out and push today, to the hopeful elect. Go ahead.
I want to just get this word opened in the Greek. It says dianoigo. It means to open by dividing or drawing asunder, to open thoroughly what had previously been closed.
That's right, to open thoroughly what previously had been closed, man. That's why Peter said, stirring your pure mind back up to remembrance, although you once knew these things. Because the elders always break down that word educate. It goes back to educare, which means to draw from within. So how are you going to draw something out that was never in you? So that's the spirit. That's that activator, though. That understanding we're coming back into, like our pineal gland, like I was saying earlier, is being calcified into the true understanding of what our power wants us to do on the earth right now. Why we in this situation that we in, why we got to suffer right now. Just all these questions you may have grew up thinking about, that you got the answers now through that opening of the understanding. Go ahead, Al.
This is Ephesians chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 16, just going verse 17, going exactly to what the brother was talking about. It says that Yahweh, our Lord Yahweh Shah, the Father of glory, may give unto you the spirit of wisdom and revelation in the knowledge of him, the eyes of your understanding being enlightened.
That's right. He give you the spirit of wisdom and the revelation. The word reveal or revelation means to pull back the veil, man. So the veil has been pulled back on our spiritual eye, man, to where we understand, the deep secrets of the kingdom of heaven, the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, all through Yahweh Shah. That's the force, that's the catalyst that's going to stir your mind up to receive the things, you know what I'm saying, to have that understanding. Go ahead.
That ye may know what is the hope of his calling, and what the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints.
That's right, that you may know the hope of his calling. Like you read a little earlier, being enlightened. You know what I'm saying? We're the real illuminated ones, man. The word is the light. The light is Yahweh Shah. It's all synonymous. It tells you that in John the 1st chapter. You know? That light that come into the world, and men, they hated light because they, you know what I'm saying, their deeds were wicked. Because that light, when you basically shine light into a room full of darkness, it exposes things. So we've been brought into the light. That's why we're able to see this thing keenly. You know what I'm saying? On every level. You know what I'm saying? Like the things going on in this place, where wickedness is being perpetuated, even though to like just a normal carnal mind, it could be something that don't seem too bad, but you being enlightened in the spirit, you're able to judge everything. You know what I'm saying? Because you got that, your mind's open to that understanding. You've been enlightened. Go ahead.
Come. He says, verse 19. And what is the exceeding greatness of his power to usward who believe, according to the working of his mighty power.
According to the working of his mighty power, man. Which is the spirit, man. The spirit of truth, man. That's ultimately what wakes your mind up. And then we know it's going to transfer further, you know, until a brother's going to be actually upgraded to receive spiritual power. And then, of course, as the translation goes into the kingdom, having the law, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts. So we ain't going to have to think on how to judge it. We just going to do it. But we're going through that process right now, man. You know, all through the spirit of Yahweh Shah. That's the key thing, you know what I'm saying? That's that driving force to the understanding being elevated. Yahweh Shah. You can't go around it. That's who's opening up the knowledge. Is there some more you want to get on that word open, or was it some more to your precept?
That was it on that.
Go back to that word, because I got a precept too if you don't have one.
Come. It says to open of the eyes and of the ears, to open the mind of one, for example, to cause to understand a thing.
To open the mind of one, man, to understand the thing. Well, right, like I was saying, I quoted Proverbs 4, wisdom is the principal thing, get wisdom, but with all I get understanding. And that's what trips a lot of these Israelites up, man. You know, it's a lot of people that know that they're Israelites. It's 2018 almost, come on. Big deal. But it goes beyond that, man. With knowing who you are, it comes a responsibility to actually walk in that light. That's being activated in the spirit, knowing what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Having that understanding. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, right? Understanding why your mind is open to why you're supposed to fear the power that created us in the first place. But even much so, you know what I'm saying, that you've been upgraded, you see things on a way deeper level. Is it more?
Come. It says to open one's soul. For example, to rouse in one the faculty of understanding or the desire of learning.
That's right, to arise in one the faculty of understanding and learning, man. You know? But it's all through the spirit, though. Like, because brothers, you know, that we all got testimonies. We came into this faith, man. It really upgraded your life on every level. Just because we activated in the spirit, man. Like, we actually have the flashlights to be able to see our way through darkness, man, in a land that's just completely full of darkness. You know? We're that light, but I want to. But it's all through the will and instruction of Yahweh Shah, the word. And I want to get a quick scripture just to back up what he was reading, that definition of open. This is Revelations 5, and I'll just start at the top.
Brother, I could pull that for you.
Kind of, just up the water. It's a lot. Yeah, Revelations 5. Just start at the top. And you can read all the way down to like 3 through 5.
This is Revelations 5 and 1. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within, and on the backside sealed with 7 seals.
Go ahead.
And I saw a strong angel proclaim with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof?
Right, because we was having a conversation before we started recording talking about Daniel. Right. You know, Daniel, he saw certain visions, man. But at that time, You know, the understanding was sealed up. That's why I don't know what that scripture is. I've been thinking about that all week. It says that the prophets basically they like prayed or something. They wish they could have been in the times that we're in now, because everything the knowledge is made manifest. The understanding is being made manifest. You said you had certain prophets that seen visions, but they ain't understand it. But then, if you could receive this, when Daniel came back as John the Revelator on the Isle of Patmos, he did have the understanding. Because why? He was one of Yahushua 12. Yahushua supped with him. He was Yahushua's favorite. So he had the understanding. But this is about to go into who was set up to loose the seals, to basically open up the knowledge and the understanding. It's Yahushua. Go ahead.
Actually, if I say this, Matthew 13 and 17, I can pull it for you real quick.
Go ahead, brother.
Matthew chapter 13, verse 17. Verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
That's right. Blessed are your eyes, for they see. Our eyes are open, right? The scriptures talk about that eye salve. You know what I'm saying? Our eyes are open, and really it's talking about your spiritual eyes, man. We're able to see things spiritually. And it's all through the will, the instruction, and the inspiration of Yahushua. That's who imparted us to be able to receive and have that opening of understanding in our mind. Go ahead.
I'm going to jump up to verse 15, because this is right after the parable where he talked over their heads, and then the disciples asked why. For verse 15, for this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them.
That's right, because that's our people, man. That's 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. Their eyes, their spiritual eyes have been closed. That's why we can break just the simplest things out of this Bible down, and it'll go way over their head. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have that eye open to receive the instruction, man, to receive their understanding. Right. You know? They got a spiritual block. A spiritual blinds, what are the things called? A blindfold?
Yeah,
a spiritual blindfold.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they weren't chosen to get it from the foundation of the earth, man. You know, they wasn't just that's what it is, man. That's why the elect are so precious. They were chosen to get this understanding. That's why the brother quoted earlier, Paul stirring us up with our pure minds. It was always given to them from the beginning. You know?
Exactly.
No, I was just gonna say, if you look up the word "less," it means basically for fear that. You know what I'm saying? So it was prescribed for them not to get that understanding, man.
Yeah, you know? He didn't want it. He had a certain election, a group of men that he always dealt with, you know, in the spirit.
That's right.
Verse 16, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your eyes, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which you see, and have not seen them.
Matter of fact, whole Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, real quick. Yep, for many, read that again,
Verse 17, for verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them.
That's right. For verily I say unto you, man, many righteous men have desired to see those things which you see, and they ain't get to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Writing things down that they were seeing, you know what I'm saying? Certain visions. But now, hey, read that in Habakkuk 2, start at
Verse 3.
Yup.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak.
That's right. For the vision is set for an appointed time, but at the end, and we in the end, right? It shall speak. So we're seeing that vision speaking right now, man. Right. And the men that has been imparted with that understanding, their eyes have been opened, man. We're able to see it.
Right.
You know? Go ahead.
And not lie.
And not lie, because that's the prophecies coming to pass, man. The word of the Most High doesn't return void. Things that the prophets were seeing back then, we're actually seeing it being made manifest. That's right. It's being made plain. Go ahead.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come.
That's right. But it was a... Hold on.
Oh, verse 2?
Yeah, because I was like, it was something make it plain. Yeah, that's what I wanted to get.
Okay.
Yeah, get to.
I'm going to go up verse 2. It says, and Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
That's right. So many prophets of old, man, they was writing the vision, man, but it's being made plain to us right now. Why? Because we're in that time. Go ahead.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Right, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And we're in the time that the prophets they wanted to see. Man, we get to see it, man.
In that time, bro.
That should make you want to go harder for this thing, man. It's a beautiful time right now. We could put on the damn news. The Lord is just lining hurricanes up in the seas, man. We're in a beautiful time, brothers. It's not time to be fearful, man. It's time to fear the Lord, but not time to be fearful in what can be done through the flesh, man. Through our enemies, man. Through our many enemies. Whether you want to talk about the Edomites, the so-called white man, these heathens, 2/3 of our own people, so on and so forth, man. Even these cutthroat, conniving, backstabbing Israelites, man. You know, we shouldn't fear these things, man. We should only fear the power that has us in the spirit to be on the mode of operandi that we on, man. Serving the Lord and enduring into the end, man. Through that opening of understanding that's been imparted to us. Go ahead, Al.
This 1 John chapter 4 verse 17. I'll start at 17. Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment. Because as he is, so are we in this world. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear. Because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love.
That's right, because the Most High, like it tells you in Timothy, he didn't give us the spirit of fear, but a power of love and of a sound mind. Being confident in the things that's been revealed to us. And if you walk into the best of your ability, what the fuck you gotta be scared of?
Nothing to worry about.
You know what I'm saying? Who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect? Like it tells you in Romans the 8th chapter. A lot of guys be scared because, hey, for the most part, you doing something you ain't got no business doing. And it ain't even being on the over righteous tip, man. Because we all fall short. We ain't shit, man. But hey, it's gonna be certain men that fit the bill of the old men that was speaking of, you know what I'm saying, that wish to see the times that we in now. Those true men. And just based on what the scriptures say, hey, the men of great millstone, you know what I'm saying, it just so happens that a majority of them most likely are those men coming back. You know? I think that was the point on that. Was it more to yours?
Yeah, I said kind of on this. Back in Matthew 13:17.
Salaki, brother. Was it more to that? Okay, Salaki, go ahead.
All right, back in Matthew 13:17. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which you see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which you hear and have not heard them. You know, and that was the point right there.
Yeah, man, because the knowledge is being increased in a lot of times too. Like we was talking about, like that's why men that come into the faith now, they're gonna have to be of a quicker understanding. Why? Because hey, they get the advantage of having to get the same coin for coming in at the 11th hour. The scriptures talk about there are gonna be men that come in at the 11th hour, they're gonna get the same penny. But that shows they're gonna have to hit the ground running. Like you just read in Habakkuk, make it plain that he that seeth that read it may run it. Read that again, matter of fact.
That verse says, but that foundation is already set.
Exactly.
They don't have to go through a learning curve like we had to go through back in 2009, 2010. We've already made those mistakes. So now they just come in with, hey, this is what's going on. You gotta get with it. And they down with it, you know? Because like I said, you know?
And that's the same spirit of the old prophets, man. They desire to see the times that we in, and we actually get to enjoy it. They put in the groundwork. Right. And we in the back end, you know. Hey, go ahead, Salaki.
No, I mean, you go ahead, brother. You just go ahead, brother.
No, that was it.
Okay, well, you know, in addition, you know, to the brothers that are you know, new to this thing, gonna have to hit the ground running. Those of us that have been in the thing for X amount of years, we have to continue in this faith also, in that understanding, man, toward it, you know, because the scriptures talk about that, you know.
Kind of, brother.
I wanted to, yeah, can I get a, well, no.
No, brother, if it's on your screen,
well, no, I just want to get a quick one, because I don't want to, you know.
Go ahead.
Just real quick. It ain't going to take me long at all. Let me see here. Let's see if I can pull it. Here we go. This is Luke 12:42. And the Lord said, who then is that faithful and wise steward whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household to give them their portion of meat in due season? You know, that due season when our shop returns, man. You know, we'll get our just due, man. You got brothers that been toiling, going to camp, you know, for X amount of years, We got down here, we got 2 camps, man. You got some brothers that been doing that for 2, 3, 4 years, man. You know, doing having class, going having class on Wednesday, having class on on Saturday, man. And in the flesh it could get bothersome, man. Because you just want to chill, man. But we have to understand that we have what a reward, man, in due season, man. The things that we're doing, man, is not in vain, man. We're changing people's lives, man, through the Spirit, through the Word, man. It's important that we continue in toiling it. You know what I'm saying? Con. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that understanding has been open right now, so it's important to continue that because now the understanding is wide open to where you see the light at the end of the tunnel now.
Con.
If you pulling a spiritual hand me now, or you getting like today's go, man. I don't know what to tell you, man, because the understanding is open, wide open. It's evident that we're in the end times, right?
Exactly.
It's evident that it's right around the corner. That's why the elders are going so hard. They've been going 20, 25, 30 years, in X amount of years of no fruit. So now they see these things, they see it popping off. So that's why they're going so hard right now, because they actually see the light in the tunnel. Because when you're doing something 30 years and there is no fruit that's being yielded, sometimes things will be like, shit, what the fuck? But now, hey, it's on, and now they hitting the ground running. They ain't stopping. They like a snowball going down the hill, getting bigger and bigger and bigger, to the end.
Yeah, because it's a two-edged sword. On the one hand, younger men, the proselytes that come into the faith, they gonna hit the ground running. But the men that's been in, just because they recognize that we at the end, they gonna push that harder. Because even on a small level, if you're at your job, let's say you didn't work a 10-hour shift, it's Friday, it's payday, like you got 4 hours left in that shift, like you got X amount of things to do. You maybe got a crew of workers with you, like y'all, like, man, let's get this shit done so we can get out of here and go chill.
Let's hit it.
Let's hit this hoe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We finna go spend this bread and do whatever we gotta do tonight. Let's just go and get this shit done. You ain't gonna be bullshitting, you know what I'm saying? And that's the time that we're in, That's why it's all that important to push. That's why the elders, I think last year it was the year to push. Because it's just we're in the end. So that's it on that, brother.
Yeah, I just a little bit more. I'm just gonna read it straight.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
You know what I'm saying, for the sake of time. Verse 43. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Of a truth I say unto you that he will make him ruler over all that he hath. But and if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat the servants and maidens, and to eat and drink and to be drunken. Real quick, it's a side note. That word beat, it goes back to toe. Let me help me out. I got the what's called right here. Toe. Okay, tuto. Yeah, I wrote that down. I was practicing at the crib, but it didn't come out. Metaphor. It's a metaphor to wound, disquiet one's conscience. So you could beat someone in his truth by how you conduct yourself. You got people out there that's teaching all these different doctrine. Well, that's beating the fellow servants, man. Which is another topic. Verse 43. The Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not ware, and will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. And that servant which knew his Lord's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. It's like that's it on that.
Yeah, because if you know what you're supposed to be doing, man. If you proclaim to be an Israelite, you know that we're in the end times. You know that all type of destruction is to come. Like I always like to say, 2 Peter's the 3rd chapter. Knowing these things, what man ought you to be in an all holy conversation with godliness. If you know what the hell you're supposed to do, man, you're supposed to do it to the best of your ability. That's part of having that understanding, like we're going into your mind being open, being wise, basically.
Being circumspect, paying attention, because the understanding has been part of you, has been opened up. So now you're paying attention, observing the times, matching them up with the scriptures, and you govern yourself accordingly to that.
Yeah, it's that much more weightier in your mind because people be like, well, they've been talking about that for years. That ain't gonna happen. But no, we understand the severity of this. You know what I'm saying? So that's what basically it powers our moves, our steps. To hey, we walk on eggshells right now, man, because we ain't been saved yet. Yahushua ain't returned. There's certain prophecies still got to come to pass, man. Certain judgments got to be laid out. So we're trying to walk under the correct rule, man. Through that opening that our mind has received of the understanding, that's how we walk. Lord willing, we can continue to walk.
Still had in Revelations.
Yeah, let's actually go back there.
Okay.
What verse were you at?
I was actually at verse 2, but you want me to just start at verse 1?
Nah, you good. Just start back at 2.
Okay, this is Revelation 5 and 2. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, whom is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof.
Mm-hmm.
And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon.
That's right. So no one was able to basically open up the understanding of the scriptures, man, without Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? That's who had to open up the seal of the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It tells you in what St. John 17, basically the things that was revealed to him from the Father, he gave it to his friends, basically.
Right.
You know, the elect.
Yep.
Go ahead, Art.
And I wept much because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the elders said unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof.
That's right. So, you know what I'm saying? Basically, the angel told John, man, that, hey, don't what you weeping for, because we just read that the prophets, man, they wanted to see it bad. It was like, damn, they wanted to know more. You know what I'm saying? They wanted the understanding as to why they were seeing what they were seeing during that prospective time.
Right.
But then Yahushua, like we just read, you know what I'm saying, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, that's Yahushua. He had prevailed, you know what I'm saying, because when he resurrected, that was when death was defeated. And that's when the knowledge was opened up, you know?
Yeah, prophecy was fulfilled, man. It was a big thing for him to come back. Because with him coming back, that means the ushering of the remnant of the house of Israel will come back, bro. You know? It talks about that in Isaiah, the 11th chapter, bro. You know? So, the prophets of old, they understand the scriptures, man. And they understood the severity of Yahushua, man. He is very important.
I got a precept.
Kind of, go ahead.
This is Acts chapter 1, verse 2. It says, until the day in which he was taken up, after that he, through the Holy Ghost, had given commandments unto the apostles whom he had chosen.
Mm-hmm.
So that lets you know right there that the Lord was dealing with those men, you know. And now you see those men back today preaching hard, man. Because they were there, they were stuck with Yahushua after he rose, man.
That's right.
So, you know, in this time, like we said, when we see the fulfillment of these prophecies that those elect men had written down at a time before, they're going even harder because that understanding has been opened up.
Okay. I was going to say that, yeah, because like I said, the apostles, they understood the things that the prophets in the ancient world was writing. You know what I'm saying? As far as the prophesy of Yahushua, so they seen that. And they prophesied certain things in the spirit they couldn't really fathom. You know, like John was bugged, damn near bugged out and stuff. He was saying nuclear warfare and all that type of stuff. Now that's all happened to where we see those 2 woes, and we see the 3rd woe coming now. They didn't get it this time. John was talking about locusts and all this type of stuff, but now we know those are fighter planes and different things like that. So now the understanding is completely open now. You know?
Yo, this is here, man. You know.
Yep. That's
Hey,
right.
That's the spirit of Yahushua. The spirit of Yahushua is what? Prophecy, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to say before, man, we understand that this is the truth, man, because we were given a guideline for things that were to come in the future, man. And we've seen it play out now, bro. You know? That's why I said in Matthew, was it 13 and 15, man? Blessed are your eyes, man. For many of the old prophets, loosely paraphrasing, want to see what we see now. It's a blessing, man. You know? And also going back to what the brother Yadakar is bringing out, man. You know what I'm saying? We understand that that only a certain group of people will understand it, man. Will understand the times, man, and what you see and how we're supposed to act. It's a whole combination of things, man. You know.
Right. If I may add, there's a precept to what you're talking about, in John chapter 10, where he talks about where you said that not everybody understands, and certain people understand. John chapter 10, verse 26, when he's talking to the Pharisees, it says, "But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you." And in verse 27 it says, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me."
That's right, man. When you're somebody's child, say for instance, you know, you might, well, if you have a child, you might be at the park and you'll call his name. Somebody at the park might have the same name, you know, but your child understands that that's your voice, man. So he's going to automatically hear you, man. You know, personally speaking, man, me and my brother, we used to be across the town playing. I could hear my dad calling me, man. You know, oh, it's time to go home. Why? Because I was so familiar with that voice, man. And those people, and dealing with us, man. Yahweh Shai gave us this knowledge, man. And when we heard it, man, we understood it.
Clung to it. Yeah.
You know?
Because it was already in us, you know?
That's right.
It's a deep point. God. You know, it's just, that goes back to that vibration that the Yahweh Shai has us on. That's why you can go to different camps and you can just feel it's a similar vibration. Even down from the type of food they eat, music they listen to, how they carry their conversations. You know, brothers around the country can attest to that. But I've been around the country and met different brothers in different camps. Just like you're at home everywhere you go, because Yahweh Shai just put that spirit on the brothers in unity and love, man. It's amazing. You know?
That's right, on one accord in the spirit. That same understanding. That's why
That same understanding.
people want to talk about Great Millstone, gets on everybody, but it's only when it pertains to the doctrine. And we always talk about doctrine is basically that way. Just the specific way of how to teach the scriptures, man, as it was meant to be broken down.
Right.
As it was meant through the understanding that was open through Yahweh Shai. There's only one way, like we was talking about, that door, you know what I'm saying? It's Yahweh Shai.
That's why I said one Lord, one faith, one baptism. Man.
God.
You know?
Can somebody hold John 17:6 and then just whatever precepts somebody
I'm
had?
already there, brother.
You right there?
I'm already there.
Go ahead.
John 17:6. I have manifested thy name.
He started at 5 up to
John 17:5. And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was.
Right, that shows that Yahweh Shai was the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father. The first creation. It says, with the glory that I had with you before the world was. So he was always right there. You know what I'm saying? That was the first that was the first spirit created. Go ahead.
I have manifest thy name unto the man which thou gavest me out of the world.
That's the elect. Go ahead.
Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word.
That's right. So the elect were given as a gift to Yahweh Shai from his Father. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh. Go ahead.
Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine.
That's right. Because that, you know what I'm saying? Like the Most High, basically we understand that he's the Son of the Heavenly Father. And we understand that basically he's the image, like the scripture said, if you've seen the Father, if you've seen the Father, I'm saying it wrong. If you've seen him, you've seen me. You know what I'm saying?
No worries.
Like basically it's the same image, basically. It's that same understanding. It's that same mind. Even though those are two different entities, the Father and the Son, because we don't push no Trinity doctrine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's two different entities, but they're in agreement
They
under
all
that one
say the
spirit.
same thing in the
And
spirit.
it's the same thing with the order, with the elect. You know what I'm saying? It's that same agreement through that one spirit, the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? This, which is the spirit of understanding, like we're going into.
Yeah. I got a precept.
Yeah, that was it. All I wanted on that one.
precept. Oh, Salaki.
And just whatever y'all want. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I got a precept.
Kind of.
This is Ephesians chapter 3. This piggybacks right off what the brother Michael Oliver just read. 3 and 9. And it says, and to make, I'll start up in 8. Unto me, who am less than the least of all saints, is this grace given, that I should preach among the Gentiles the unsearchable riches of Yahushua, those Gentiles and Israelites, and to make all men see, those all men are talking about Israelites, what is the fellowship of the mystery which from the beginning of the world had been hid in Yahweh, who created all three things by Yahushua, to the intent that now unto the principalities and powers in heavenly places might be known by the church. And who's the church? The body. You know what I'm saying? Us.
Yep.
Okay, so that mystery became the mystery of understanding who the Israelites are, what was going to happen in the end times, the fullness of the prophecies was given to Yahushua and on down to us, because we were created in His likeness, right?
That's right.
Might be known by the church the manifold wisdom of Yahweh according to the internal purpose which He proposed in Yahushua our Lord.
That's right. The eternal purpose which He proposed in Yahushua our Lord. So the Most High had plans for His Son, man. It was all orchestrated by the Most High, and it's beautiful, man. He created on His only Son that He knew eventually would have to die for the sins of the whole nation that He created in the first place to go off. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but all through the Spirit, the elect, we understand everything, man. To as far as what's written, and as far as through the Spirit of Yahushua what's been revealed through the Scriptures. You know, that's why the Scriptures say we know in part and we prophesy in part. So as far as the things that have been revealed through the Spirit, we understand those things 100%. So that's why the apostles and the elders, they can say we got the 100% truth, man.
Right.
Based on what has been revealed through the Spirit. Go ahead, Art.
That's it on that. I had another precept.
Go ahead, brother. Just bring them out.
This is Hebrews chapter 2. I start at verse 9. But we see Yahushua, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that He by the grace of Yahweh should taste death for every man. For it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, and bringing many sons into glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through suffering.
That's right. The first of many brethren, like the brother was saying earlier. You know what I'm saying? He was given dominion over all things, man. But in a sense of being the first of many brethren, he would have to be that living embodiment, that example to the rest of the elect, man, to really understand that way, to understand that mind, which was given through his Father, you know? Go ahead.
It says, for both he that sanctifieth and they who are sanctified are all of one.
That's right. Both he that sanctified and they that are sanctified are all one. So we're sanctified by Yahushua. We're cleansed by His blood, right? But we're all one. Guess what? That's why it says we're going to be joint heirs. If we're dead to this world, if we take on Yahushua's sufferings, hey, why not much more so in His glory? You know what I'm saying? We're going to be risen in glory, man, if we endure the suffering right now. All one.
God.
You know?
Everybody's on one accord, according to the will of Yahweh, man. According to the Heavenly Father's will. You know, that's why Yahushua the express image. He's his word incarnate. You know, he's the will of the Heavenly Father. He walked amongst the earth, man. You know?
It says, for both he that sanctified and they who are sanctified are all of one, for which cause He is not ashamed to call them brethren.
That's right. For which cause He is not ashamed to call them brethren, man. You know, because he even said, I think it's still in John 17, he said, I'll call you friends. You know what I'm saying? Basically, brethren, when you break down friend, you know, in the Hebrew, it's brother. You know? It says greater no love than a man lay down his life for his friends, right? Or his brother. So, hey, that's how Yahweh Shah looked at his elect, man, as brothers. He gave them everything that was given to him from his father. Is it more out?
Huh. He said, saying,
this real quick, and that's what you do, man. When you close to your brother, you share, man. And that's what the brother mentioned. That was perfect. That we're joint heirs. He's going to share that rulership and that glory with us. I mean, he's going to get the top glory, but he's also sharing it with us as well. You know, that's what you do with a close friend, a close brother. Y'all share things. You know, Jake in the world sharing clothes, sharing shoes, and all that type of stuff. You know, hey brother, we rock this, bro. You know, same thing. You know, just on the spiritual side.
Because if one of us hit, like if we hit a big score and we get a few mil, like we finna eat the whole, you know, even though it's coming through that one channel, maybe, hey, the whole camp on, the whole team gonna eat.
Yep.
That's right.
We're gonna all have glory.
Yep.
That's how you want to shine with your friends. You don't want to just be the only one shining. Your boys looking bummy.
Right. Well, you see
What kind
that
of shit
in
is
the
that?
world. You
Yeah.
see it in the world. LeBron, you know, my Mayweather.
Yeah.
All these guys that make money.
Yeah.
Who's around them? The people that was around in the beginning. You know.
And the sufferings.
Even Errol Spitz said that he ain't got that much money. He's like, the only people I keep around me are the guys I've been rocking with since before I was on TV. You know.
Yeah, and that's the same thing. What you suffering with your house shot. You followed them when it was down,
Down.
and then you gonna when it's time to be up, y'all gonna be up because you followed the example of the sufferings, man. Exactly. That's perfect. I was just gonna mention that. Yep. Same thing with those athletes and those celebrities today. The ones that when there wasn't no money to have a pot to piss in, but he was with you, man. He believed in you. He had faith in you. Cause that was your boy.
A1 since day one, baby.
Yeah. So what happened when you own? Then he owned.
That's right.
You found a position for him.
Yep.
Like we're gonna have positions in the kingdom, rulership, dominion, man. You know.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. It says, saying, I will declare thy name unto my brethren.
I would declare my name unto my brethren. Why is that name so important? Because that's the only name that we're going to be able to call for to receive salvation. You know what I'm saying? The name of the Most High and through His Son, that's a strong tower, right? That the righteous run into for refuge. You know? So it's important to know the name because you got guys that try to kind of sweep that. Like the name ain't important, but you got an Israelite name. You got a Hebrew name. But the name of Yahweh Shai, the Son of the Heavenly Father, is not important. That He imparted it, and it's written about that He imparted the name to His friends. Go ahead, Adam.
In the midst of the church.
In the midst of the church, man. In the midst of the congregation, man. Go ahead.
He says, in the midst of the church will I sing praise unto thee.
In the midst of the church will I sing praise unto thee. That's that new song. Right? On only the elect is going to be able to keep up with the beat and the melody of that new song, man. You know?
I understand that it's been opened up, yo.
So we're able to vibe out to this song too, man. Because like that's why the scriptures say, I pipe, but you have not danced. Because a lot of people, man, they really can't hear this song, man. Even though the song playing for everybody, it's only certain men who really vibing off of that melody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all niggas like them other guys like Martin Lawrence and Bad Boys too. He never could get the words. That's on Bad Boys. Like, dude, you can't learn the words, man. Y'all can't get this stuff for the elect, man. And the only ones that's gonna ride, like the brother saying, keep up with that. With that understanding's been open. You know?
That's right. Is there any more?
That's it on that.
Did you have a precept? Did you want? I know we had one at what Acts you said.
Yeah, con. Yeah, we can go to Acts.
If nobody else, we'll wrap it up after this one. Unless y'all had any closing precepts.
Con. This is Acts chapter 17. I'm gonna start at verse 3. Matter of fact, let me start at verse 1. Now, when they had passed through Amphipolis and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica, where was a synagogue of the Jews. And Paul, as his manner was, went in unto them, and 3 Sabbath days reasoned with them out of the scriptures.
That's right. So it's just an account, you know what I'm saying? Paul teaching the Israelite, foreigners the scriptures, reasoning, having a discourse, you know what I'm saying? Just a discussion to break down the scriptures. to break down Yahweh Shah ultimately, you know, because I'm sure they probably knew the laws, the commandments, the prophets. They had read the prophets, but Paul was imparting on to them the understanding of the Messiah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. It says, verse 3, opening and alleging that Hamashiach must needs have suffered and risen again from the dead, and that this Yahweh Shai, whom I preached unto you, is the Messiah.
That's right, opening their understanding, man, about the Messiah, and that why he would have to come and why he would have to suffer, why he would have to die. The importance of Yahweh Shai, and that we was gonna have to live through that way, in that one mind. We gonna have to suffer too. As a disciple of Yahweh Shai, you're gonna have to take on sufferings. You're gonna have to be brought low. But hey, for doing all that, if you endure to the end, what? You're gonna be part of the glory.
Okay.
That's all part of that understanding of that way. You know what I'm saying? That's why that builds our faith to keep going too. Because we understand, man, what lies on the side of this thing, man. That transition gonna be hard as hell, man.
Okay.
Right now we're going into that transition of power. So it's gonna be a rough transition. Brothers gonna have to suffer, be uncomfortable.
You know, at the beginning of sorrows.
Yeah, we're at the beginning of sorrows. The hour of temptation coming. Jacob's trouble. These are all things that have to happen before we receive the glory.
That's right.
Because you got a lot of nigga, and this is just a nigga characteristic. Jay always want to eat and put his hand to the food, but you ain't put in no work. You don't work, you don't eat.
You don't cry, you don't shine.
You know what I'm saying? So Yahweh Shai, he laid the groundwork. He done did his thing. We got to be right there with him if we finna get something that we really don't deserve anyway.
Yeah.
You know? It's time to get down and dirty. And somebody got to do that dirty work, man. So brothers that's pushing, man, you know, even if you don't got a great millstone on your page, man, if you coming in that same spirit, if you of the elect, you of the elect. Like I said again in Romans 8, man, who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High elect? Regardless of what they look like, regardless of what they sound like, regardless of what you perceive them in your feeble mind to be, if they're a part of the elect, they're a part of the elect.
That's right. Man, bro.
You know?
It's just a lot.
Yeah, regardless of their past, what they did,
Whatever.
if they chosen, man. You know, that's why the Scripture don't let your conscience and your sins weigh you down. You know, as you was a man in this truth. You know, if you chose them, man. So you can't let those things that you did in the world or certain mistakes you made in this truth weigh you down if you still fight, you know.
Right.
Yeah, that's part of that understanding that our mind has been open to receive, knowing, like it says in Revelation 14, those men that will be no guile found in their mouths.
Right.
Now, that's not to say, hey, we in the flesh, we go off daily. But hey, there's no guile because through the sacrifice that Yahweh Shah made, that sanctified us.
Right.
We were sanctified really from the foundation. So it don't matter what we do or what you perceive we should be doing in your mind, man. If we're of the elect, if there was no God found in certain men's mouth, it's so be it. If we are Yahweh Shai's, man, hey, we ain't got nothing to worry about if we just hold up our end of the bargain.
Yep.
Precept.
Go ahead. All right.
This is Sirach, chapter 17. I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, He set his eye upon their hearts, that he might show them the greatness of his works.
Mm-hmm.
He gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever.
Forever.
That they might declare his works with understanding.
That they may be able to declare his works with understanding, man. You know, because we understand why Yahweh Shah may have been doing certain miracles now on a deeper level. Understand even during the time where he fed the multitude, man. We know that Yahweh Shah, when you got the understanding, he was a compassionate man. And we understand that, hey, we can see it, bro. Yahweh Shah already knew that a lot of them people, they were just coming up to eat. That they weren't really there to receive the word. So we understand certain things too. But like, we might be out there preaching on the block, and it might be a Jake that come up. We know he just wants some water, man. We'll just give it to him, you know? Hey, that's just that level of understanding all through that spirit of Yahweh Shah, man. We could just know how to act and operate in certain situations, you know? That's just an example. I know, I'm just speaking, but yeah. Is it more to that?
Kind.
Go ahead.
Verse 10, it says, And the elect shall praise his holy name.
And the elect shall praise his holy name. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, man. all praise, you know.
Check this out. It says, besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for a heritage.
Besides this, he gave them knowledge in the law of life as an heritage, man. Which the law is still going to be completely in execution mode in the kingdom. But the only thing is, through that sacrifice that Yahushua made in the kingdom, is going to be in our inward parts, to where we're going to be judging in complete perfection. Because the heathen is going to be still going off. You know? Go ahead. Is it more?
It says, he made an everlasting covenant with them, talking about the elect,
Yep.
and showed them his judgments.
He made an everlasting covenant with them and showed them his judgments, man.
Their eyes saw the majesty of his glory, and their ears heard his glorious voice.
That's right. My sheep hear my voice, man.
This goes back to the point he made about, Mike Olive made about he calling, and you know, the people that know his voice is going to cling to it. That was talking about the elect.
Exactly.
And he said unto them, beware of all unrighteousness. And he gave every man commandment concerning his neighbor. Their ways are ever before him, and shall not be hid from his eyes.
That's right. Beware of all unrighteousness, man. Because the Most High, through his son Yahushua, gave his elect the spirit of understanding to be judges, not to be reprobate.
God.
So that's why we judge. The scripture said that the spiritual man judgeth all things, man. But he himself is judge of no man. So we're supposed to judge, man. Hey, the scriptures say they hated him that rebuketh in the gate, because when you got the understanding to know, hey, that's off, and you make a call on the play, everybody gets fucking offended, man. But so be it, man. That's the lot we're gonna just have to take on, man, until Yahushua come back and just stomp this place out.
That's right.
And Lord willing, we're gonna take part in that glory, man, for suffering right now, for taking them L's right now with Yahushua.
That's right.
You know?
Right.
Anybody else got anything? Any closing points?
Yeah, I'll bring this one out in John chapter 10 and verse 9. It says, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved. And
I am the door. By me, if any man shall enter in, shall be saved, man. So it ain't no going through the back door. It ain't no, you got to go through the straight gate.
Yes, man. You ain't going to do it on your own, man.
Yeah.
Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shah, that you don't make it.
Like Jake think they got just complete access, direct access to the Most High. No. I don't. Have you not been reading the scriptures? You got to go through Yahushua. Simple, point blank. There's no other way. The Most High ain't even dealing with us as a nation right now, man.
That's right.
You gotta go through Yahushua. Go ahead.
Yeah, believe on him the right way, man. Call him by the right name. Exhibit the same characteristics he exhibited to the best of his ability. Being that complete mindset, man. Otherwise, you trying to go with some other way.
Yep.
You know, that makes you a hireling, a whole ass nigga, like these other camps. You know. Go ahead.
I'm going to just start again. It says, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture.
That's right. By me, if any man enter in, shall be saved. Henceforth, his name, a nomen omen, Yahushua. He is the Savior. He is the Deliverer. Like he's the living embodiment of what he was created to do by the Father in the latter times. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly.
That's right. Because the power of this earth, man, he comes nothing to do but what to kill, to steal, and to destroy. But Yahushua, that resurrection, that was basically wickedness. That was death being defeated. Because right now, the harbingers of death control the earth. But we already know through the Spirit that's already been defeated. That's why the elect, we ain't got nothing to worry about, really, man, if we just do what we're supposed to do. Enduring faith unto the end, man. Yahushua, he's already defeated death, man.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep.
That's right. I'm the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life up for the sheep. Like he's a protector unto the sheep. You know? He give up his life for the sheep. A good shepherd will be willing to die for his sheep. You know what I'm saying? So it's all spiritual, man, because like we always talk about these pastors in these churches, man, they're hirelings. They're not shepherds, because shepherds guide the flock. You know? They look out for the sheep. They want to warn the sheep. If you see a sheep kind of get too close to a ditch, you're going to steer them in the right direction. These pastors in the church, man, they just want to take your damn money. They ain't telling you about the judgments that's to come and how, according to the scriptures, you need to be living your life a certain way. Telling our people they need to quit doing drugs and eating pork and committing adultery. That's why the Most High set up the true shepherds under the spirit of Yahweh Shah to do that in the last days. Because our people need correction, man. They need to be brought back to that door. You know? But only the elect is going to come to that door.
That's right.
So, is that it?
I wanted to get this point right here. St. John 17 chapter. If you read it down, and I'll just get straight to it. This is John 17 and 12. Let me read down to 15. While I was with them in the world, I kept them by thy name. Those that thou gavest me, I have kept, and none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scriptures might be fulfilled. And now come I to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given them thy word, and the world hath hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of this world. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. And the key point, right, in that, and what I just read was the Most High gave, Yahushua gave us that word. This is right here.
Understand it.
And also, going to what Yadakah said, man, the Most High, Yahweh Shimi Ashah is on our side. We have nothing to fear.
Brother.
Because he's protecting us, man. So we just gotta keep going forward and toiling in his truth, man. For the little ones. Like one asshole said, if I just want to save this one little one, we sincerely believe that, man. We wanna help build this church. So all of us, we have to just continue in this thing, because we know that we have a prize when Yahushua returns.
Right.
That's it.
I got one more, and I'll close it out, Salaki.
No, you alright. I didn't. I was telling myself that I didn't want to speak too much.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
that's the spirit moving. I know.
It's the spirit.
Hey, I'm gonna just read this one. This is Philippians 3:7. It says, "But what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Hamashiach. Yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Yahushua Mashiach, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach." So basically, all things in this world, any tangible pleasures that we can enjoy in this world, man, we forsake those things to be upgraded in that spirit, to have our minds completely sealed in that understanding that we can endure to receive that salvation and glory with Yahushua.
Right.
That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Because, through that glory, we're going to get all of that times a million, man.
And only the elect is going to see that, man, and trust in that. And through that fear, through that faith and that trust, that's how we're going to live our life. Like we really about that. You know what I'm saying? Like we really about that promise. We believe that that's going to happen. So, no other points, man. Just want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to you, sincere Akim. Keep pushing. Shalom.